And it's not that like it just stops it.
Oh, it's also got a little something to it.
Coronas, bro.
It was so fun when I heard Brian say, I'm not big on Spanish food. I mean, Mexican food. I'm like, what the fuck's that even mean? Like, I never even thought about it like that. Like, it's so funny being a dumbass American, uncultured swine. I'm just like, Spanish food, you know? It's the same thing with Italy. Like, you're just like, Italian food. But really, there's different kinds of Italian food from different spots. There's different kind of Spanish food from spots.
And, you know, in Italy, like, you know, the north and south, you know, Sicily and whatever else, you know, Tucson.
Are you in that group,
Tuscany?
Italians Mad at Food?
No.
Dude, I'm adding you to that group. All it is pretty much people in America, they try and post something they made of authentic Italian. It's even Italians who come to America and do it. And people just bash them. Shit all over them. So there's all kind of groups like that. It's like Ireland Mad at Food, Spain Mad at Food. There's all types of ones like that. But this is like the funniest one because they're brutal. You know, so somebody's like, oh, I made carbriata. They're like, carbriata? You didn't even fucking use the pasta water in your sauce. It's not authentic. Like, it's just so funny, bro. People be posting. Yeah, I got
that's a weird thing that took off. Like a group like that. Like, and you just have a bunch of different, like, you know, ethnicities just going like.
It's because a lot of real Italians are in it. So it's a lot of people from Italy, and they're like bashing it's a lot of Americans trying to make Italian food.
Yeah, before to take off like that, you know, people would like, because like I always think it's weird. So like when certain things take off, like to the point where like it gets people producing content, you know what I'm saying? Where people are posting these things, random, such as, you know, Italians hating food, you know, just like it's just, and then you get people who then are participate willingly, and it becomes a self-fueled machine. It's just like. It's just so odd, like how, like, you know, people are like, you know, the backbones of these types of things. Like, you give them this like area for like creativity. There's like, you know, you get it going to the point where like, you know, people take off things like that, and then you get like I said, you just get people creating content, people creating meme content. It's just so weird.
It's just cool.
It is cool, but it's so odd. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
yeah, it is odd. And I can relate to that on the fighting pages that I'm on. Like the fighting groups and shit. Every time like people share videos on there, I'm always like, why did you share that video to this group? Like, I get it if you're like the creator of the page, you're going to try and build your page. But like eventually, like there's this one I'm in called Fight Club Hub, and it's like, there's like 20, 30 people that consistently share. And I'm like, why are they sharing that on here? Like, you already seen it. I talked to you I was talking to you kind of like something like that before, like between friends. Like, me and you probably have 100 mutual friends.
Right.
But when you share something funny, I'll still want to share it. Right. But like, I know that pretty much everyone we know seen it. You get what I'm saying? But like, I still want to share because I want to show the world, like, I also think this is funny. Ha. Like, what is it? You know, what is that?
Because when I share soccer stuff, I don't think most people in my friends list don't even give a fuck about it, bro.
So listen. I stopped even wanting to say something to you, but for a while I already knew how that was gonna go. Eventually, you're gonna stop posting soccer stuff.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's what happened. That's what happened to me with MMA stuff.
Yeah.
Same exact thing, bro. I was sharing all this UFC shit, and I'm sharing all these stories and everything. And I'm like, bro, I think I'm literally talking to like Tyler and Rod. So I'm in a group with them.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to share MMA shit.
I talk to Brian. That's right. He's the only one that interacts with those posts, and sometimes my friend Miguel. That's about it, bro.
Exactly,
you know,
bro.
Every once in a while, you know, you might interact with it too because it's like a nice shot or some shit. But I don't mean, you know, I typically don't care. You know, I just share it because like I don't know, like I just share it. But I mean, I also just like whatever. Share it, and then like it also like mentally imprints in my head. You know, I don't know. I mean, just want that type of information. I don't fucking know, man.
But you got it already.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, I have no idea, but it's just like I just do it. I don't care if I get likes or not. I just share it. Just share it.
It's there's nothing. Don't feel bad for it.
I'm not. Because I just don't know what it is.
What you're saying. What you're doing is showing your interest. That's what you're doing. Because you're not doing it in an egotistical style. You're not doing it going, hey everybody, let's debate what I'm saying.
I think
you know what I mean? I feel like you're doing it to go like, hey guys, I got into soccer. I like soccer
They
now.
have
Look, I'm
less than
following. You know
50
what I
friends
mean?
that care.
And but it's cool. It's cool. I like that. We'll probably look this 10 times.
Yeah. Same thing over here. I'll tell you what. One thing I've been watching. I was watching there's a recent documentary. They have a lot of them on Netflix. Not Netflix. Amazon Prime Video. This is an all or nothing like documentary series. It's kind of like Hard Knocks, but they pretty much do all types of sports, and they have a lot of soccer ones. So they had one recently with like the Tottenham Hotspurs. I've been watching that one. I've been like a real good. It's just
That's cool.
to see the back office things. You know what I'm saying?
Like like the NFL does.
Manager,
What the fuck's it called? Hard Knocks.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like I said, Hard Knocks,
right?
Yeah. But like this one, like they do soccer. They had one with like a Formula One racer. I thought that was kind of cool. I didn't watch that one though, but I've just been watching the soccer one. I don't know, man. Just something that really just like grabs my interest as far as like other sports. I don't care about like getting into like the tactics or whatever, but like this one, like I do. Like I like looking in depth of tactics and whatnot, and then the spending, the signings, the contract and shit. Just like I don't know. I guess like something similar to like where you like your GMOs and like
same
stuff,
thing.
So,
same thing.
So
you like it, yeah. The more you get into
sports too, man. I don't know.
You're that kind of guy though. Like the thing is, like the fact I know you would love that. You just have to find your game, which might be FIFA. Like because I see if to me anybody who likes sports and likes Civ is a GM. That's how I look at it, right? That's exactly how I look at it, right there.
Civ is dope. Yeah, definitely, man.
Because like for me, it's like I find the most fun in that, where like if someone random played Civ, they would find the most fun in fighting. You get what I'm saying? They just like somebody playing Madden, they're the most fun in playing.
Bro, what's so funny, man? Is like it's just a little side note. Like Civilization, so they have the new Frontier Pass coming out. There's some DLC shit for it, and they have a new Civ, and it's pretty much your Civ, bro. I was geeking so hard. It's the Byzantium Empire, and pretty much, bro, they're a war religion Civ. It's just, like it's like
finally,
that's what
finally.
They are, bro. So like your units, like when you battle other people's units, you spread your religion when you fight people, and it's just like
wow.
And you're stronger against cities that follow your religion, and it's like
that's impressive because the only one that's like that is Spain, and that's when you can use missionaries to attack. Mm-hmm. And you can use apostles to attack. And when you win a battle in theological combat, you get plus 10 faith. I'm sorry, I know this shit, people. I'm like, I feel, see, that's the thing about me is like, I have such a wild array of knowledge. I know I'm not dumb. You know what I mean? Like, I know things. I have thoughts and shit like that beyond dumb shit that like is American.
Exactly.
You know. I have like,
so you can
but like,
get into some shit like
but
that.
like to me, like every once in a while, I do get a little frustrated with myself. Like I'm sitting there like the other day in the group chat, and I'm explaining the cap to Brian, and I'm like, I'm happy I can do this with my friend because he finds happiness in this, and I'm glad I can help him, and I find happiness in this, and I'm glad that we all are finding mutual interest here. Mm. But I was sitting there, and I'm wondering, I'm like, why do I know so much about NFL cap, bro?
You do, dude. You do know an awful lot, bro.
I pretty much know it all, bro, about an NFL
cap,
dude.
About shit,
like a scary amount of shit, bro. And once again, I was sitting there and I was like,
well, the financial rules of like in most sports,
I know, it really is like that, but I don't know why. I was thinking about it, like ever since I keep going back to the acid cast we had. It's like I learned a lot that cast, man.
Yeah,
and I didn't have to rewatch it. I just learned a lot, It's the things you say, But like one of the things I was saying was like, I remember at one point where I was like, Steve, where did I get that from? I was like, no one taught me that. Yeah. It's the same thing with the NFL cap, like that GM thing. Like no one ever taught me to be like that. Everyone I was always around just wanted to play, online, play now. Like my uncle loves sports. That's probably why I love sports. He got me into sports when I was young, but he wasn't like that. You know what I mean? He was like gambling guy. I want to cover the spread type of guy.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like, I have no idea like what did that to where like I never said I went to learn the NFL cap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was kind of just like part of the game.
Yeah,
so I learned it.
And you enjoyed that part of the game.
And I enjoyed it. Yeah, exactly, so I learned that, right.
It's like the other day when we were talking about like the computer shit and the different specs between like the consoles and stuff, and you were talking about like that's not something that you know a lot about, but you're trying to learn about it, just because it's something that you think is like worthy of knowing.
I would never deny that info.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'll never deny it. If you got something to tell me, I'm gonna listen, even if I don't understand it. It's the same thing I told you before. Yeah. I'm gonna never say I don't know computers.
bro.
I'm not good at computers. You
funny.
get it? It's those little things,
bro.
bro.
It's funny. I remember it was like sometime last year where I had started watching YouTube videos. You know, like trying to like get myself ready to like I had just started thinking about building a computer. And I just started watching all these videos about like all the different components and like trying to learn the different shit. What's the most like recent technology and like what's like really good for like the best buck and whatnot. And just when you first start off, when I first started off, just like I remember exactly thinking, just like man, like I don't know if I might just buy a pre-built. I don't even know if I can build my own shit because there's so much shit. I have no idea what's compatible, what's not compatible. And I mean, I just like kept watching videos and just reading shit and learning and just like. And now I just feel like I know like maybe even like quadruple as much as what I know like to begin with,
Dude,
just like
our entire fucking 15-year friendship. That's the most proudest thing you've ever done in my eyes. That's the most thing I'm most proud of you for. I think that was amazing, bro. I told you from the beginning, like, don't downplay that. I think that was great, bro.
Yeah,
like
cool,
that was just so beautiful by you, dog. That was so beautiful by you. You know what I mean? You put your head down.
Yeah.
You got to work.
Yeah.
You figured out something you wanted to figure out. You did it. Doesn't matter if it's the best computer ever built, right? Doesn't matter if it's everything you want. You fucking did what you wanted to do, bro.
And it's funny because like I feel like it's such a big stepping stone because like like as soon as I did that, I feel like I could do like any machine now. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
I feel like I could do any custom machine now.
I feel like you could. I told you that with the bus. I was telling the bus, I'm like, I feel like you're just figuring out how to install some slow paths. And it's crazy on that because I don't say that about anyone in my life. Like anything that I talk about in my life, I'm always like, I bet I can figure that out. But like when it comes to something electronical, I'm like, I bet I know someone who can figure that out. You know what I mean? And like, I'm not doubting my own intelligence. Like, I think I could chase it. But I told you before, like with the coding thing, like that doesn't interest me at all. It's really hard for me. So like I said, I don't deny the info, but my dick doesn't get hard for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not like, I'm going to search an article of that.
Exactly.
I'm not there.
And that's the thing. You have to have that, like, like, you never want to be the person to like, bury. I mean, like, yeah, you got. Of course, you're always got to like learn stuff that like you want to know. But like when it comes to time investment, like learning coding and then like trying to make a career out of it, like, if that's not what you're passionate about and what you want to do, it's like
it's miserable.
Exactly.
It's miserable.
Exactly.
Dude.
It's just like I don't want to have to like. I always said it, man. I always said it where it's just like if I'm ever in a position where I'm required to have like a LinkedIn or some stupid shit like that, like I'm just like I'm going the wrong fucking direction because I don't want to be some fucking
let me tell you some real
suit
shit
and tie bullshit jockey on like LinkedIn,
Let me tell you some real shit, bro. I'm driving today in my truck and I'm listening to that damn Moth podcast. And there was a story about a best friend passing away, dude. And man, when I'm on the highway and I'm listening to this cast, dude, I'm just like activating my empathy. Like I'm 100% empathy and just coasting on the highway. And I'm driving and that's the only other thing. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about that happened to my best friend. If something happened to you and you died, right? And I was thinking about being at your funeral. And I was like, what would I say and what would I do, right? And I'm thinking about looking at your body and giving that speech and being like, I was thinking about if something had happened to you that was like kind of Baltimore related. Like, what if you had got like robbed and you fought back and got killed or something, something along the lines of that, and it's like, we've been talking about since we were 16. I mean, 10 years now, leaving here.
Yeah.
Not doing what we do every day. If something like that happened, I have so much regret because I'm like, man, Steve talked about that with me. He didn't even want to be here,
Yeah,
and we could have left. We could have not even been here, bro. And people don't think about that things about how like you raise your percentage of dying just being in locations like this. Like we really do have a higher chance of dying.
Yeah.
And if something like that happened that was like Baltimore style related, that would fuck with me, bro, because we never left. And it's one thing to leave and come back, but to never leave.
Yeah.
We've always talked about it, and we haven't left.
And then and that very environment kills you,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here I am going, oh, I got a raise, guys. And I'm happy. And my serotonin for a 40-hour work week suffices for another 6 months. And it fills that up, and I go, achievement unlocked. Good job. Now that helps. Now that helps me not want my goals. Now that helps me not want my dreams.
Be more comfortable.
Not one thing on the top 10 of my list said get a raise. I didn't even care about a raise. Thanks. But I didn't care about a raise, you know? I want stock in the company. Like,
yeah, bro.
I'm just thinking so much bigger, bro. Like, do I gotta go out here, just abuse this system with these God-given gifts to be able to alter it? You know, what do I gotta do? What do I gotta do, man? I gotta sell my soul. I gotta sell my soul for my nephews and nieces not to sell theirs. You know?
I remember it was when quarantine had just first taken over, and I was talking to a couple of people, and I remember, you know, I was talking about my job and how I was, you know, I'm just like, you know, not particularly happy, you know, I just want to move on, just like, you know, just either do something else or just, you know, get the fuck away from everything, you know. And I remember, you know, we started going more in depth into like, you know, like what, you know, I'm making and whatnot. And then they're like, you know, yeah, you know, that's good, you know, like, you know, you make more than me, but like, you know, it's like you're not happy with that, you know, it's like that's, you know, you make all right, you know, money. I'm just like no, because I want more for one, and for two, I'm not sure what, like, you know, if there's any job out there that would, you know, make me, you know, happy for like, you know, the right amount of pay. But for like for you know, for, like for two, it's like, you know, I know I'm worth more. You know, not just this like hourly wage. You know what I'm saying? This is like
There's not a dollar.
exactly.
There's
You know,
not a dollar
I
amount,
don't ever
bro.
want to trade time for money.
There's not a
You
dollar
know?
amount you can say. It's crazy that we're sucked into this, bro. And I mean, God forbid, like, God grant it. I mean, you have your own situation that you dealt with. You figured it out. You're a working man now because you had to be.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Your grandma wasn't going to always be able to pay for everything
Mhm.
if you wanted things. I was thrown into a situation. I'm a working man now. It's like we also were kind of forced to. It's not like we had options, you know? It was kind of like you need to start working, basically. That's kind of what it was.
Yeah. Stop me hold down a job consistently because you need consistent
And
money.
here you are, and like you don't really realize how long you've been doing it and how many hours you gave away. And you sit here today and it's like you're a wiser man and you go, I wouldn't sell an hour for any amount, but you're stuck in the system of doing it every day. That's why I'm so bothered, Steve.
Bro,
That's why I'm so bothered, bro.
Let me tell you, man. There was a particular, you know, time where like, you know, I was working. I think it's probably about like 2 or 3 years ago. So I was working, and I picked up a busing job at Raw Sushi, you know, to do something like, you know, on the weekends just for a little bit extra money, you know, just like I have like a little extra play money, you know, and do some more, you know, try and put some away, you know. And I remember like, you know, it was a point, you know, just because like, you know, I'm the type of person I just work hard, you know, no matter what it is, you know. So I'm like, I'm working like this, you know, minimum wage busboy job with like, you know, tips and shit, you know, every night. And eventually, you know, I'm on for like 4 nights a week, you know, on top of like, you know, my regular 40 hours. And there was a point where I had, you know, I'd worked Thursday after work, Friday after work, you know, till like about 11, 12 o'clock. And then I opened Saturday. And I remember, you know, it was that Saturday morning that I opened. And I remember, I'm going through everything, you know, we get in the middle of everything, you know, it's like about 2 hours before I leave, I'm just sitting there, you know, next thing you know, I just get overcome with like this like huge amount of sadness, bro. At the point where like I literally was like sitting over here in like this busboy corner by myself, and I like cried real quick. I'm just like, I fucking hate this, man. Like working this amount, I'm just like, you know, for like, you know, for just to have a little extra money and the time investment, like, you know, there's no time at all for anything, you know, nothing. And I'm just like sitting there. I'm just like, you know, so, and it was what ultimately, you know, like was like the final straw, and you know, would led me to like eventually leaving, you know, because it was just like I hated it. I wasn't gonna pretty much do any, you know, any type of like hard work. I would just go kind of just chill there until they just kept like, just kind of got like fed up with me. And I was just like, I'm out. I'm just done. I don't even care.
And if you didn't do that, you might still be there.
Well, I don't think I'd ever be working 2 jobs like that, especially if I didn't need to. That was the other thing. Like, I didn't need to do that. I was just doing that to have some extra money. There was no reason. I was not in any type of like financial hardship. I just want some extra cash.
I got
I was trying to get some extra cash. I wasn't doing much.
Where was your other job?
Well, I was still working at where I'm working at now.
Oh, okay.
I was working there full time, and I just picked up.
God,
like I said, it was like 3 years ago.
That makes me want to punch Hogan in the fucking teeth. That makes me so mad.
Yeah, enough, right?
Yeah, I'm good. And that's that's what really fucking pisses me off, man, because I love you, bro, and I care about you, so much. And to know that you were crying.
That sucked, man. I
Because
did not
you
feel
had
good
to
about that time,
work, bro.
That's the thing. Like, I didn't have to, but like I was in the groove of doing this for like about a month. It was like about a month, like maybe a month and a half.
But you felt like you had to. The fact that you felt like you had to.
Yeah, just try to hustle, make some money.
I'm mad.
Like save some money. Put some money towards my car. And do some shit like that. Yeah, it was just like I just hated it. Like I was just like, it was just like it's just like it's wild because like I had felt that for so long, but I was like the tipping point. It's like, but like subconsciously you're just going along. And I mean, like it wasn't. I mean, like there were some cool people there. I did make friends there. And it was fun to have those people there. So I mean, maybe that helped make it a little easier. But at the end of the day, you reached that tipping point. I was just like, fuck this, man. Like, I do not. I don't understand why people brag about working 2-3 jobs and just like this shit sucks. I do not ever want to be in a position where I'm working 2-3 fucking jobs. You know what I'm saying? Let alone one fucking job. Like the one thing, like I get a paycheck, so I get like a physical pay stub. I gotta go cash that check. And in there, there's a little spreadsheet on there, and it shows all my deductions, and it shows it over each quarter.
Yep.
And sitting right there, I see the time worked, and you just see 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40,
1,033 hours this year.
Oh my God. What the fuck is this?
Yep.
It's like, fuck this, man. Fuck this. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one. And there are days where, like, I feel good at work. And then there are days where it's just like, the lows at work are really low where you're just like, man, fuck this bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm getting the fuck out of this bitch. I'll spit in this face.
I'll tell you, I got a lot of things to say about what you said. I got a list here, so bear with me. Number one, the other day, it was the weirdest time. I've, working with glass, I've had cuts, and I get cut. And I had a cut that was just a dumb cut that I never, just being dumb. I ended up getting cut right here. And when it happened, bro, I'm looking at it. And I got so mad because I'm like, I just hurt myself for somebody else. You know what I mean? Yep. I was like, I'm injured because I was making money for somebody else. And that made me so fucking furious, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, same thing you were saying with the days. I mean, there was a time where at my job, I got put with the number one guy. I was his helper, basically his apprentice. And I was working with him just all the time, trying to get as much money as I could, trying to learn as much as I could. And I was working with him 6 days a week, bro. Plus, we were doing board hours, which is 24 hours. So it's like, he can call me at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I do this for like 2 months. And then I start thinking about it. I'm like, bro, I got off. I really don't have off any days because he can call me at any time. But I really only got off 1 day a week, Sunday. That's 4 days a month. Like 48 days a year?
Mm-hmm.
I'm working for somebody most of the fucking time, bro. So I had to stop doing that, and branch off my own way. Another thing I think about is just the original point of the conversation is as I was telling you about like the regret I would have if we never left.
Yeah.
Like I always say, I mean, at this point, I feel like with you, it's beating a dead horse. I mean, I've told you how I felt to probably as much as I ever can. there's nothing here we're losing. Family is what it is. You come back, you meet up with them when you can. I mean, it is what it
Yeah, do
is.
what you gotta do for you.
I've too many times I thought about family, and it's like I love everybody, but I almost feel like for me to do better for you, I gotta go make this move. Like I feel like there's big opportunities waiting for me, not here. And also just got to learn more to sacrifice. Like, even though I appreciate certain people and, they might be funny to me, they might be a good time, I probably should be trying to deny those if it means being around someone who is successful. And it sucks to say that, but am I leaving tomorrow? No. So then in that case, I should try and be as successful as I can to be right here. But if that's my goal, what do I got? I got nothing. Obviously, that's not my goal. But if you are here working tomorrow, you want to make as much as you can,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah, like, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, as you see that dollar come in, and that dollar raise come, and you get that extra 20-40 bucks on your check. It's just like you said, that serotonin goes off a little bit. You feel good for a second. You're like, all right, I'm getting somewhere. I guess. There's I got some extra money. I mean, you multiply that over 52 weeks. $40 an extra week. You have an extra bit of money a year. That works out pretty good. Like. You do feel good about that, but again, what you're worth, and there's not a dollar amount for that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I was doing?
Unless you're paying me 250K a year just to be me.
Right. Here's what I was doing the other day. Right, I was like, okay, well, let me think about if I was living this life. What's all the things I do want? I'm like, I want a car, which I mean, I have me and Kay share a car, but obviously I want my own whip. Something I would like. Motorcycle preferably, so I'm like, that's gonna cost money. And then if I do live this life, I do want to own a home.
Yeah,
that's gonna cost money. And then I was like, bro, I want a boat. That's gonna cost money. I want to start a business. That's gonna cost money.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, for me to live this life that I don't want, I gotta pay more than I even am gonna make. So it's like, I could probably get $10 in raises, and I'm still gonna want more shit. So, like they say, the more you make, the more you spend.
Yeah.
I think that's what it comes down to. That person that's making 15 don't realize $20. It's like, oh, you're not happy with that. Well, you don't. If you made it, you would realize it. You just spend that much now. It's not like you started doing something different.
Yeah, exactly.
You're more comfortable going out to eat more.
and you're still in the same tax bracket.
Yeah.
You buy a little more weed. You buy that extra bottle of alcohol. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
It's so funny. We was talking the other day, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna work at all if I gotta stop smoking. I'll quit my job if I'm quitting smoking. Like, that's something I enjoy, and it's weird because, like, to everybody that sounds like a loser. I sound like a loser when I say that. It's like, oh, bro, you can't stop smoking. It's like, but that's what I want to do with my life. I want to smoke some weed.
You put it the best way. It's like, what else are you working for?
Yeah.
Like, in order to to enjoy the things I enjoy.
Where drugs are super high at? Nurses.
No, what? Nurses.
Super high addiction rates, bro. You know what else super high? Suicide rates.
Among nurses? Well, they work
super
a lot.
High.
They work a lot.
Exactly, bro.
And the trauma they see.
You know what their internships are? 80-hour weeks. Think about that. That's a 16-hour days, brother. You sleep for 8.
Like, throw up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the girl. So
I remember the one thing I found out about, like firefighters around this area. You work 2 24-hour shifts in a row. Where you're at the firehouse for those 2 days in a row, and then there's a day every month that you work. It's either a day every month or every week that you work that you don't get paid for. It's just like, it's like voluntary service, type of deal, because like it's so short staffed.
Some of them just have all voluntary fire departments.
Yeah, that's very
probably
true.
The best way to go, ain't it?
I mean, yeah, if you have that, the amount of people there, normally you do.
People want to be firefighters.
Yeah, but just like, how do you do it voluntarily? It's like, you don't get, like, do you get paid? You don't get paid? Like, what? Like, so, like,
tax write-off.
So how do you like survive? Like, you just work this firehouse?
No, you still work. Still work your regular job, but you probably do 2 days at the firehouse.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna die running into this, dickhead's house. I'm gonna marry Jack Young's house and save him.
I know it's a joke, but one day I want to get you to stop thinking like that. You gotta always look the other way, brother.
Oh man.
You're 2 days on there, one day. Bro, you have talent, Steve. You're a good person to the world, dude. What you can provide to the world isn't what everyone can provide to the world. So you have to understand that, like, that might not be something that you're interested in, but, like, you have the capabilities to do that. And maybe it's not something Steve wants to do, but you almost have the divine duty, right?
When the time comes.
You know what I mean?
Comes,
like, you could run into a house, bro, if there was a screaming child.
Oh, yeah.
You would get that child, Steven. You're capable of that. You know?
Yeah, 100%, man. I feel you, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to find a person where it's just like, like a shit person. Like a shit person, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to think, Like, I have no idea, man. But yeah, I know. And I know. And that's the thing, like, like of all the things that, like, I've come across and, like, where it's like, whether it be like, you've seen some guy fall or some shit, or you've seen a guy crash his bike, just like, go over there and just be like, yeah, bro, you good? It's just like, I feel like, like, unlike most people, like, I'm like one of the first people to, like, try and run over and do something, when it comes to that type of thing, I just, just like, like, I forgot what they call it. They call it like the bystander effect, where, like, people just believe that someone else is already on top of it or something.
Yeah, yep.
Just watch, just like, I don't want to watch shit, bro. I want to watch this guy die in front of us.
That's a main problem with kidnappings. People will have information and go, I'm sure everybody's seen that.
Yeah.
And really, you're the only one.
Another thing, like, I heard is, like, if you're ever in a scenario where, like, you need 911 called and, like, maybe you don't have your phone, or maybe you're tending to the person, like, instead of saying someone call 911, like, they say the best thing to do is, like, point at someone directly and just be like, you call 911, and just like put it on someone to do it.
That is a good idea.
They say it's a good way.
I know it's not good, but I actually seen something that was like that. That was like, I forget what they were saying, but it's sad. But it was telling basically if a woman, like, if it was basically saying to a woman, like, when a woman is being attacked by a man to sexually attack her, they run and they scream help. And, like, they were basically saying if you do run and scream rape, like, it kind of just has that same brutal feeling, where people pay more attention than help. Help's like, oh, somebody will help you.
Yeah.
Somebody screams rape, it's like, who the fuck's raping someone? Hopefully.
And it's especially with, like, because I mean, like, if you live in an area like, like, I live right across from a park, so, like, sometimes you hear kids screaming, and it's like, oh, is that
I know
cry for help, or is that,
dude?
It's 11 o'clock at night, like.
I hate those, bro, because I watch too much true crime. I do, bro. I told you that all the time. And, like, the other day I'm coming down by Monument, bro, and, like, there's these kids and they're playing tag, like, around their block, how you always do. But it's a bunch of, like, 13-year-olds, and then there's, like, a 6-year-old little girl, bro. And she's running around, and, like, people are leaving her. You know what I mean? They're not staying with her. Like, nobody's with her. She's just playing. So they're going to other hiding spots. And I'm just like, dude, do I stay here and, like, make sure this little girl's good, or, like, go talk to her family or something? But I'm like, I don't know. You also get that bystander effect where you're like, I don't want to intrude. I don't know. Do they always do this? Is that her fucking brother? I don't fucking know. But it's like, I see a little ass girl alone. I know she can get snatched up. It's simple as that. I just know.
Bro, I'll literally be, like, walking around downtown, and, like, I'll see it so many times. Like, yeah, I see, bro.
What in the? Might as well leave that out there as a bait, right?
Yeah, I guess,
I think
the one good thing was, like, so it's like a trap. They go in there, just like, they don't fly out. They just go back down. Okay. They just keep going down.
That's anyway, my fly job.
But anyway, like, I'll go and, like, I'll walk downtown a lot,
that's
work downtown.
I'm joking. I'm listening.
And I see people with their kids all the time, bro. Just doing very sketch shit. I'm just like, just like, I could, like, literally just run up, just, like, just 10 feet in front of you, just like, grab in a car right there waiting, and just gone, And then what do you do?
Exactly.
What the fuck do you do?
Exactly.
Just like,
I'm, bro. My BM gonna hate me Because I'm walking with my kids like this. Like,
Child
bro,
leashes.
my kids don't go nowhere, bro. My kids ain't allowed nowhere.
Child leashes, bro.
Speaking of which, let me give you my daily breakdown of true crime, right? That I always like to give you.
Sorry,
Let me give you two
kids.
things. Number one, let me give you some true crime. Let me tell you a fucked up story, brother. So there's this guy, hardcore Christian, evangelicus. I always fuck that word up.
Evangelica.
Evangelica.
Evangelist.
Yeah, that, right?
I don't know.
So, long story short, he gets a fucking job with this lady who's like the head that, right? And she's like she's on TV and everything. And like she's preacher, she's a famous preacher. Everybody knows her, not us. He's head of her security team, right? So he's got a wife, he's got 2 little boys. Well, 2 sons. He starts getting these emails where it's like, tell her to stop preaching that shit or we're going to kill you. Stop preaching this shit, blah, blah, blah. This goes on forever, right? For like six months. Then somebody leaves a thing at his house, like, stop preaching that shit. I'm coming for you. I know what you do. I know where you go. I'm going to kill you, right? Long story short. He starts telling the neighbors about this, blah, blah, blah. They start trying to set up cameras and everything. He goes to the gym every day at 5:45. He goes to the gym. He's trying to call his wife. He wakes his wife up every day at like 6:30 or something, and she's not answering. He asked the neighbor to go over there. They're dead, right? Once again, long story short, he did it, right? They realized that easy science. They realized the bodies had died like 3 hours prior. He killed them at like 3:30. He left at like 5:45. He calls it in, blah, blah, blah. He does a horrible job of faking it. He has a mistress, all this shit, right? He's horrible. Everything looks bad. Here's the worst part that I want to get to for you. So that night, his youngest son, his best friend, had a birthday party with a sleepover. And his son wanted to go to the sleepover, bro. And he told his son no. And that night, he killed his whole family, bro. It's crazy. Kept his son there, bro. To kill him. Kept him from a fucking sleepover at his best friends.
Because he was going to fucking kill him.
And tried to get away with it, bro. Very crazy. I just wanted to get that to you.
Yeah. And speaking of which, I know it's like it's extremely fucked up. But you would love like this like new string of games coming out, bro. It's pretty much there's a VR one, it's called Trader. And
What's a VR one?
It's virtual reality. So it's a virtual reality game. So it's there's 10 people and there's 2 traders in those 10 people. No one knows who they are but besides the 2 traders. And they have to go around this map and pretty much kill people one by one without getting found out. And they're all armed, like they all have like guns and shit and like knives and stuff.
Virtual reality, bro?
Yeah.
That's gonna fuck people up.
Yeah, and you're trying to figure out who's it.
Fuck people up.
And then there's another game called Imposter, where it's like a game of like, this one will have like 14 people. And it's this one's more like cartoony, but it's like you're on like a space station, you gotta like fix it up, and there's 2 imposters, they call them. And they can go around and kill people, and when you find dead bodies, like it calls a meeting for everyone to speak. So then you start all speaking, and pretty much you got 2 people in there who are lying about like the body they just found, and they have other people who are like, they're trying to figure out who the imposters are. It's like, yeah, seen that person in that room with them. That was the last time I seen him over there. It was like, nah, you're a fucking liar, bro. You're lying. What are you talking about?
Do you know what,
you're
bro?
Probably the imposters. It's like you would fuck with those games.
You know what? Actually, you just did, bro.
What?
You actually just shifted my whole opinion on virtual reality.
Yeah.
I think we should ban it.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm not even joking. I think we should ban it, bro.
What are you thinking?
First, I'm thinking about how traumatic that might be and how deep these games could go.
Oh, this is very early, bro.
Dude, imagine that game and my fucking 8-year-old nephew staying up all night playing that. And then I was thinking, I always just wanted a virtual reality game where I could go see shit, like in the real world. Like I could just do whatever in the real world. But then that would make me not want to live the real world.
GTA VR, bro. Yeah.
And that gets me back to that CERN argument of the simulation. They do not want to have to render more shit than they have to. If they keep you in your room on a game, they don't have to render anything else. They don't have to render that Wendy's on Eastern Avenue. Because no one's there. They're on virtual reality. And now we're allowed a 17 billion population.
And everyone's playing in this virtual reality world. That's all you do.
Let me give you something else. Let me suggest something you would like, brother. Podcast. Swindle. It's all about corruptions, right?
Yep.
Let me give you one.
White collar crime.
Let's make it fun for you. When do you think the first birth control was created?
Oh, probably like 1850s. Something like that.
When do you think the first IUD was created?
I think that was the copper IUD. That one might have been like the 40s. Or no, probably more like the 50s. I don't know.
You're right about it. I don't know about the birth control. I just
was right about the copper.
But you're right about the copper. But what I'm trying to get to is a little bit later than that. So there's people like that, and they're creating. There's actually a couple different creators. That's, I guess, one name. I actually don't know about that guy. What I'm getting to is the first guy to do a successful IUD, right? Which is one that has a low enough rating to where it suggests it, right? I'm about to teach you a lot of things that I didn't know, brother. Number one, up into the 1990s, the FDA did not review anything that entered people's bodies, medical devices. You were allowed to create it, you sell it, and doctors installed it. Simple as that, bro. No one reviewed it. But all of America, I guess it's bystander effect, kind of. You just assume that it is being reviewed by your government, right?
It's a doctor, after all.
So in the 1960s, a guy named blank, I forget his first name, Delta, comes out with an IUD named Delta Shield, right? This is the first one with a
What a weird thing to name a birth control to yourself.
Yeah. So this guy comes out with one, and he claims a 1% pregnancy rate, basically.
Oh, damn.
Now, the thing about this one was that it had a tail on it. So it was easy to remove. But that tail was able to carry bacteria. And it was supposed to be sterilized, right? Well, they're trying to save money after they sell it. After the hospitals buy it, they want to save money. So they moved the manufacturing plant to a chapstick plant, dude. Chapstick makers are putting together IUDs, right? That's how you say it, right? It's IUD?
Yeah.
And it makes me think of the underground.
IED.
Yeah, exactly. IUD. So they're putting it together, right? So this thing's supposed to be sterilized. So the guy in the warehouse, right? He realizes this is a problem. He's like, bro, you guys fucked up. Like, these things are having holes in them and bacteria are going to sit in them. They're not properly sterilized. So eventually they're trying to save more money. They even stopped sterilizing them in the fucking in the factory, bro. Wouldn't you know and behold it? Long story short for you. Years go by and problems start arising. They fight this and they fight this and they fight this and they fight this and they fight this. People are having all types of problems, bro. Bleeding internally. A lot of women can't produce. They're sterile now. Because this was like it was advertised for young women, basically, that weren't ready to have children. They were supposed to have this, right? And then they were supposed to take it out. That's why it was easy to remove. But the installation was painful, bro. So doctors all across America are like, yo, our women are having hella problems, right? And the machine guy's like, bro, this shit ain't sterile. And they're still putting them out there.
Tell you about something. You done?
I'm not done, but you're good.
I'll tell you something about copper, though. That I found out. Apparently, copper has natural ability to kind of like sterilize itself. Like it's something to do with like it's like chemical makeup.
It's fucking yeah.
So like when it's in people's bodies, the copper, it's like no wonder people are having fucking problems because it pretty much kills bacteria.
Right. I don't know if this was copper. They never mentioned anything like that.
Copper IUDs. Yep, that was the thing. Yep.
That might have been that kind, but I'm talking about the
shield.
The shield, right? Exactly.
Like net.
Exactly. So basically, people are just having all kinds of problems. They're trying to sue them, right? Dude, when you talk about American corruptions, I want you to remember all the American corruption tales because that's the ones that you're really going to be able to smack people with. The facts, right? Remember this one. So this place, they ended up finding out the court rules. These motherfuckers are wrong, right? They sold some shit. Like, one judge has to be removed because he's like, this is the worst. It's hospitals, not the medical corruption I ever seen. Like, this is the worst ever. This thing was produced. This was put in over 2.5 million women, right before it even got to court. And I'm gonna save the other part for you, right? So they go to court. While they're in court, they end up getting they figure out the suit. They figure out the suit and shit, right? So the suit was, my math's gonna be a little bit off, but let's just say 3.75 billion, right? They lost. They had to pay that out to victims. With all the victims, that was under $1,000 a woman. They sold the company afterwards. Afterwards, the stock rised, and they sold the company for $4 billion. So they split about 573 million or something like that between 4 people that founded it. That was basically their punishment. Horrible, bro. American corruption. Here's the worst part. These things keep getting implanted, bro. They keep getting implanted because there's no they never got jail time because they didn't break a law. The FDA doesn't review it. So they didn't break any laws. They just got fined because they did know that there was problems. The factory guy.
Still getting implanted.
So it's still getting implanted.
Huh.
This is in 1965 this was created, right? This is going on all the way to 1995, bro. Here's the worst part. In the process of this, they pushed over 2 million of these to third world countries. Colombia, Venezuela, all of them. Still to this day, women go to the Colombian hospitals, Venezuelan hospitals with complications from the Dakota Shield in 1960s.
What the fuck, man?
Insane. Why do we have no one reviewing medical devices?
So the company that was then sold, so that company is still producing it under a different name.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well, so like when a company's bought, it's if it was sold,
that's possible, but
its history wouldn't travel with it because it would then be birthed under a new company or a new name.
Or if I'm
transferred or absorbed.
If I'm a competitor and you're a top seller, I crush you. That was his whole argument. The creator, Dakota, Daltona is his name. That was his whole argument, was that I'm the number one IUD seller. Yeah. So all these people that are saying this are actually just getting paid by other IUD companies they're saying mine's bad because it's basically competition, is what his argument was.
You hear about the reports come out of the ICE camps where they're talking about they're supposedly performing hysterectomies on these women.
First of all, what's a hysterectomy? I know it, but I don't know.
It's when you remove the uterus.
Elaborate.
You remove the uterus,
right? So why are they doing that?
So you can't get pregnant. You can't get pregnant.
They're sterilizing women in ice camps. Where?
What they're saying is
where's ice camp?
What they're saying? Ice camps they're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Wherever they're holding migrants.
Oh, ice camps.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, was Russia got an Antarctica camp?
Immigration customs.
I got you. Yep.
Yeah. So supposedly, like just from what I read, you know what I'm saying, it's like
yeah,
exactly. And they had no numbers or anything. They weren't like, there was no estimate, nothing like that. But it was just like, the reports coming out, pretty much saying that like they're performing these hysterectomies on these migrant women that are being held in the ICE camps throughout America. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why would anybody get their uterus removed besides medical reasons?
Well, sterilization. I mean, like,
I'm saying they would never but if you're getting sterilized, you get your tubes tied. You don't get your uterus removed.
Well, I mean, I don't fucking know, man.
I'm saying that's usually because you have a problem with your uterus. You get your tubes tied, your fallopian tubes tied. If not,
well, for what the report was there was that they were doing it, some type of sterilization method. That would be crazy.
Let me tell you something crazy.
So I think sometimes people think America's about genocide.
Hope people are a person, but I had, let's say, a relative. I had a relative, right, that was fucking his fiend. That was fucking his feet back in the day. It's just so funny, yo. I would cut that right there. You know what I mean? I had a relative that was fucking a feet. This back in the day. This is like
barely say it.
This is like 2000, like 1999. She got chlamydia from this dude, right? And didn't get it treated. It got so bad that her fallopian tubes rotted and she could no longer have kids, bro. How crazy is that? What do you think was gonna go away?
Oh my god, how are you gonna die from that?
Yeah, the good thing is she already had children, so
Back to the IUD thing, I just remembered a story.
okay,
there
give it
was
to me.
there was someone I knew that she actually her IUD broke up. I was inside of her.
It happens.
Traveled up into her kidneys.
Probably was that a chapstick maker.
Shut her kidneys down. Well, it was like the little fucking fish hook looking thing, one of those ones.
The one that goes in the arm.
No, one that goes inside.
No, there's that one they got now that goes in the arm.
Yeah,
for women.
Yeah,
so scary. All of them are scary.
That's a weird one because like sometimes you can get embedded. And they'll be like sitting there digging in your arm for like 2 hours. Like,
yeah. Well, that was the thing that like these women on the podcast were arguing. They're like, all these things are created for women to not have children, but there's not like anything for men to not have children. It's like, well, what do you want us to take? You want us to take a pill?
So that's the thing. So like, I think even when it comes to women and men taking birth control, when it's releasing some of a chemical inside you for long periods of time, I'm fully against it, man. It's just like it's something crazy. Just like the hormonal effects and the long term effects that like this type of thing can cause down the line. Like I feel like it's something that's so early on. We have no idea what this can do.
Right.
Like as we continue to like do this type of thing, moving on and on. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think there's much science looking into the negative effects because it's still such an early process. You know what I'm saying? Like
It takes years.
This is something that you study. First of all, it has to be over a period of time for you even to be aware of a problem.
I just told you about something that happened in the 60s.
Yeah,
it's still happening today, 60 years later.
Yeah, and so like one thing I've been thinking about a lot lately, especially because of, like the conversations me and you have, whether it be on the answer, on the cast or whatever where you're hanging out, is like when it comes to a lot of like these studies, when it comes to a lot of these findings, a lot of these conclusions that we make, like we're so fucking early on.
We're assuming.
We're so early on. It was like less than like 100 years ago, 120 years ago or so, like that. Before we had like like vehicles. Like everyone had like there were vehicles and shit. Like, and then now we're out here like making these crazy microscopes and like telescopes and making these huge conclusions about like shit that like we just found out about.
Like, here's the thing. Give me a scientific fact.
Like, what do you mean, like?
Like, give me one solid scientific fact.
Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. I know that for a fact. No, so scientific fact. I'm trying to think of like like a good one that's like it's like concise to the point. Like it's like this math account, like there's something of a math account.
Dude, that's where I'm going. But like, let's just first try and find a scientific fact.
I'm trying to think of a solid one. Like I don't know, like the moon exists. Like is that a thing? Like the moon is there.
Is that a science fact?
Is the moon is there.
I feel like that's not science fact.
It orbits around us. We orbit the sun. Is that something for you? Scientific fact. Zebras are striped. Is that not a scientific fact? Like
that's a visual fact to me. I can observe these.
But that's biology. It's science.
There you go. Okay. If you need a dub somewhere,
zoology.
If you want a third place dub,
I'm a zoologist. The scientific study of animals.
But you get what I'm saying, though. Like, but I'm not even knocking them for that. Don't they say like everything is scientific theory? Like I thought I read that before. Like I'm pretty sure science say like everything is theory.
Yeah.
Right. So like when you say like, not knocking you, but when you say like we don't even really know this shit, we don't. But that's why they say everything's theory. So it's like, okay, we've seen it for 5 years. Here's the theory. We've seen it for 10 years. Here's the theory. That's what I was trying to explain to someone before about coronavirus. It's like, dude, you're mad because they're getting something wrong. Well, you want answers. Yeah. You want answers. So, like, if I come in there and I see something that might be a possible answer, should I not give it to you? I'd rather be wrong than give you something late.
Safe than sorry.
Exactly. It's like, dude, this shit is not easy. These people are working as hard as they can. They want to save people. They know this shit can affect their family.
Yeah.
They want to save people. To think that like all scientists in the world are corrupt, I think that's too much. You know what I mean? There's people working in labs right now to try and solve that problem with the coronavirus. And they're working it to try and solve it not only for us, but for like egotistical point of like, you want to save your own family too if I come up with this virus. And also, I'm the guy that came up with the virus. Woohoo. You know, like there's that thing too. People are working on that. It's not fucking easy. It's the same thing when people are talking shit about science. Is the same way I try to compare it with a cop. It's like, well, could you be a cop, brother? You know what I mean? Not saying you, but when you're talking to that person, you're like, could you be a cop? Well, could you be a scientist? No, you're not either one of those things. Do you know anyone that could be a cop? Do you know anyone that could be a scientist? No, you don't know anyone that you think's capable of those things. So who the fuck are you to say something about it?
Did you watch that video I sent in the group chat, bro?
About the cop getting shot?
Yeah. Bro, that was one of the craziest ones I fucking seen.
It's one of the ones that came too late, so I didn't respond. Just give it a reaction.
Plus two angles, bro. Just like the pure scream of absolute pain and terror.
First of all, I try and give an honest breakdown on all these videos. Number one on this one, it's not a good job by the cops because of the violence they lacked. When that dude started getting like that, bro, you should have got violent back. Like, I felt like they kept going soft. Like, they're fighting with his hands. The entire fight, like, they're trying to hold his hands. You know what I mean? Like, that's the worst thing you do. Like, he never has to worry about them making contact with his body. The whole time he goes where he wants.
Yeah.
He's fighting them with his hands. And eventually he gets your gun. I thought, like, of course, everything is retrospect. I'm not saying anything. But, like, I wanted to see the cop that was close to the door. I want to see him, like, engage in physical combat.
Yeah.
Like, he should have been dropping punches, elbows, whatever it was to really disorient this guy.
Single
of like,
leg,
you're doing too much. You're doing too well. That's what I was going to say about the other guy. The other guy, he should have been going maybe single leg or taser, right? Like, he should go for, like, something that's really going to shut this guy down. While the other guy's just like, whoa, bro, you're going for my gun? Like, you know, here's an elbow to the face, motherfucker. Yeah. Like, he didn't get violent back. Mm-hmm. So he's letting this guy,
like, fucking taser, bro.
He's letting this guy dictate the pace of the fight, as they say. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he's letting him decide what the next move is, where the cop should have been like, no, bro, you do that shit? You know what I mean? You got to get violent, bro.
Take that guy down.
Everything's easier in retrospect.
Yep.
That cop died.
Yeah.
That cop died, bro.
Yep.
And you want to talk shit about cops, bro? And you know the funny thing is, I talk shit about cops all day long. But I know what it takes. Of course, I don't know. I'm not trying to say that, but like, you get what I'm saying. Like, I respect what it takes to be in those situations, dude. I've been in plenty of arguments with people. I will constantly be like, fuck the cops. I can't believe the cops did that. But at the same time, when I hear someone saying something like so crazy radical where it's like, oh, dude, he shouldn't have reacted like that. It's like, brother. Once, like I just said, you couldn't be a cop. And you don't know anyone could be a cop because you couldn't deal with a situation like that, bro. Where someone, this is the best way I try to put it, where I go, someone is trying to make sure you don't go home to your family. That guy right there at that door right now is trying to make sure that you do not. He did make sure someone didn't go home, right? That's what he's trying to do right there. I've had her. Meek Mill said it best, right? When he said, fuck what happened. My mom would rather see me in Excel than see me in a casket. And that is some shit you think about, brother. Well, I know I got to the Meek Mill verses. Okay, but that is some real shit right there where you go, you kind of understand why someone's 16 years old on the corner with a gun, right? Because it's like, well, someone else has a gun and they will shoot me. So I'd rather be in a court case. I'd rather be the cop that killed someone than the cop that got killed. I'm sorry. And it's always going to be like that. Because no matter what, I'm going home to my family. And it's simple as that. I think that's what gets people home in like war and shit. It's like, bro, you don't understand. Yeah, we stop with the fly. We stop with the fly.
We're gonna die out here.
We stop with the fly, right? We go to hit the fly. Oh, you froze up. We hit you. You froze up, right? That same type of thing happens on police. The same thing happens in war, where it's like, you don't have time to freeze up, bro. I'm going home to my family. So if there's any split-second decisions of me or you, it's always you. Doesn't matter who's in the right or wrong. It's always you, brother. It's never me. I don't give a fuck if I put this bitch to your cheekbone and blow it off and you didn't have a weapon. If you come at me, I'm going home to my family, brother. Might be in a court case, but I'm going home. Someone's leaving here, and I'm gonna make sure it's me. You know what I mean? And my partner. Like, that's what would really fuck me up, because the guy that's doing the hand fighting, he's not the one that died. It's the other guy that died. That he shot twice. Because you see him shoot that guy again. He shoots him, then he comes over again and shoots him again. He was trying to kill that man, and he did. And he did. If I'm that other guy that's at the door fighting with him, I'm always regretting. I wake up at night regretting it, bro, because I know I was capable of knocking that man unconscious. Now, I didn't do it. I second guessed, and now that man died. My partner died. He didn't go into his family. I know, sir, you fucking cowards who want to knock people like that, bro. You could not handle that, bro. I can't handle that. You could not handle. You don't know what that feels like, bro.
We had a big conversation, debate about it. You know, this is all before the cast was ongoing. I remember, I think I had come over and we were setting up the mics, and, you know, we were testing it out on Twitch and stuff and just seeing how it sounded. And we were looking at, like, one of the most, like, recent videos of, like, you know, like, what was going on. And me and you were going back and forth about it. Oh, excuse me, my bad. And I remember, like, you know, like, we were just, like, both kind of just, like, butting heads. None of us, like, you know, changed each other's minds, like, you know, at that moment, you know what I'm saying? I remember, like, you know, like, you were saying what you're saying right now, you know, where you're like, you're always going home, you know, and that's the thing, you know. And I remember I was just, like, rethinking about the conversation we had, you know, to, like, you know, maybe look at it, like, differently, you know what I'm saying? You know, having that other side is maybe look at it differently. So, like, when I analyze these type of things now, it's like, you know, it's so hard to just, like, you know, put all the blame on this cop, like you see people
that stuck with you, didn't it? I'm always going home to my family. That stuck with you right there. It's like, yeah. It doesn't matter if I'm in the right or the wrong. I'm gonna always be the one shooting.
What's the way I always used to think about was, like, you know, like, you accept.
I know what video you're talking about, bro.
That life risk when you take on the job.
You're talking about the one where the guy's in the corner with the fucking knife, remember?
Yeah.
And the two people are at and they talk to him for like 11 minutes, dude. And I'm like, bro, no. Nah, like, once he started coming at you with a knife, like, going home, bro.
And he had a gun.
They got stabbed, right?
No, he ended up having a gun.
He ended up having a gun.
Yeah, they dropped his ass right there, bro.
Bro, my heart just dropped when you said that, dude.
Because they were sitting there, and he was just sitting there. It's like,
he was so scary.
He had a knife,
dude. He was so scary.
And then he waistband, and we're just like, and then they dropped his ass.
He was so scary.
Mm-hmm.
You seen Sixth Sense?
Sixth Sense? Yeah.
You remember the beginning?
No, I remember a lot of the movie, bro. I've seen Sixth Sense, bro.
The beginning of the movie, right?
He's the janitor, right?
Single leg.
It's a joke.
Single leg Gamora.
It's a joke.
In the beginning of the movie, you wake up. Remember, he's a therapist. Bruce Willis, he's a therapist in the movie. That's what his job is. He wakes up in the middle of the night. Oh boy. I've talked to you a lot about Sixth Sense, bro. And I literally remember everything about the movie. It's very crazy how much that movie stuck with me.
Why do you watch it?
I haven't watched it in probably 5 years, dude. So it's weird.
See, I haven't watched it like probably like 50 plus. Like,
I rewatched it one time. I tell you, I don't rewatch movies. I rewatched Sixth Sense. That tells you something.
Yeah.
I rewatched Sixth Sense. Like, I want to say, like, when I was like around like 21, I was like, I gotta watch this movie again. In the beginning, it's such a great movie. I told you, it's a 10. It's a 10, bro. In the beginning, oh man, guess you'll let Chills talk about it. He's a therapist, and his wife and him is in the bed. He wakes up like 3 a.m. And the way he's facing is like this, and his wife's, cuddling him basically from behind in the bathrooms as he's looking straight.
Yeah.
And the lights on in the bathroom, and when he opens his eyes, there's a naked guy there in his boxers. I don't think he's naked. I think he's in his boxers. And he's got a revolver in his hand. and he's looking at him. YouTube was just to fuck you up as a kid, bro. Oh my god, bro! I should not know this shit when I was a kid, bro. But changed my life. 6 Sense might have changed my life. I realized it more. I talk about it. And he starts talking. He's like, "You failed me, Bruce." Not Bruce. I'm using Bruce because his name's Bruce Willis. I don't remember his real name, but he's like, "You failed me, Bruce. You told me everything would be okay, and it wasn't." And his wife wakes up, and she's like, you gotta don't look at it as cinema. Look at it as empathy. Of you being in that situation.
Right,
Like
right,
that's a
right,
real
right.
thing that can happen to a therapist, bro. That is a real thing. Like your patient, it's one of his patients. You know what I mean? That are in his house, basically, in this scenario that I just gave you. That's a real thing that can happen. You deal with lunatics. And he's like, "You failed me, you failed me." And he slowly starts getting up. He puts the gun at him. He's like, "Don't move, Bruce." He's like, "Don't move, don't move." He's like, Tommy. That's what his name was, I think. He's like, "Tommy, don't do this." He's like, "I can help you. I can help you. I can still help you. I'm sorry I was wrong. I can still help you." This man was like super sexually abused when he was younger. And he's like, you can't. I think he said something like, not word for word, but he's like, "You can't help me. No one can." And blows his head off right in his house, bro. Crazy movie. Crazy movie. You have no trouble on, boy. You're that boy. You're that boy. I'm not. Damn, bro. But I just try and think about like a situation like that. I was saying that whole thing, trying to compare it to the cops of just like a crazy situation that you could never handle, bro. You would never be able to handle that. So don't judge people who go through it, bro.
Yeah, when you got like
Don't.
fucking gun in your
I'm
face.
learning that. Like that's what I'm trying to be. Like I'm trying to go. I don't judge people. Like
You've never been in that situation.
I judge people. I judge people. Like I do that. I judge people because I think I'm capable of a lot of things. So I feel like I'm high and mighty. Per se. I don't want to use that word, but that's what it is. I feel like I can get it done even if people can't.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to realize you might be wrong, that maybe you can't handle that situation. Maybe you would fail in that situation. These people in Baltimore cops, they got it so bad. You know what I mean? That's fear, bro. That's fear. Like you have to have your empathy and understand like tough situations are going to occur. Like, you do have to give people a break. You do have to give people a break, man. And as like I judge people, I always do. Like I'm saying the whole thing. As I'm getting older, I'm trying to stop that. I'm trying to stop that, and I'm trying to stop saying things that hurt people and don't need to be said. Even if like to me, like if I think I need to tell you something for personal growth, I'm going to hurt you. But if I think I'm going to say something about you to be funny, I think I'm done with that. I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to give people a positivity. And I still do it. I still do all these things. I'm still judging people. I'm still doing all these things, but like I'm trying not to for the first time in my life,
I got you. Yeah, I
I'm
got you.
trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, and not just like
Think about it a little
assume
differently.
that I could have done something that they're not capable of, which I've done all my life. It's hard. It's hard because you go in all these situations. You're like, even like
Especially if you're set in that way,
people don't
habit.
want to hear it, but like even in a situation where it's like someone killed their kid, like I'm trying to not judge them. Saul style, bro. Trying to understand them.
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna fix things like that. It's not by judging those people that make those type of mistakes. It's
And
by
that's how we're gonna
understanding it.
and
Now,
that's how we're gonna move forward.
and they still have to receive punishment. They're still gonna receive punishment. But maybe we shouldn't try and crucify everybody who makes a mistake, because you're going to make mistakes, even like murder. People are going to make mistakes, bro. They are. They are.
And hopefully, like we can learn something and help, apply that into some way, like, where we can actually, help people and move that type of shit forward. I mean, you're
And
always gonna have something like that.
And at the end of the day,
know?
if you got a case, where someone beat someone's head in the World of Rock, he's doing life. Like there's no argument about it, but let's not crucify so much and start to help.
You're always gonna have that crazy guy do something like that,
Yep.
head in the rock style. But there's a lot of situations out there when it comes to people and when people are desperate, and they resort to things that you never thought possible. I mean, like if we were to help and focus on some of these key issues that happen, in these types of environments, I think we can get somewhere and at least lower the number. We can effectively lower it, man.
I'll tell you why I said the beating the rock, crime junkie. Again, long story short,
Got beat his head with a rock.
14-year-old bro with her boyfriend. Her parents go out of town. She's supposed to stay home. She goes with her boyfriend. They end up sleeping on the beach. He wakes up, runs up to his friend who's sleeping in the car, says to go find his girlfriend. He's bleeding. They find her. She's raped, head beat in, nipples cut off. He doesn't remember anything, bro. In both of their sleep, when they were sleeping on the beach, someone came up and beat both of their heads in with a fucking rock, bro. Raped her and got away with it, dude. Never got caught, bro. He don't remember anything. He can't even give tips. That's why
fuck with you, bro.
I learned something from that, though. Unfortunately, sad to say. They were talking about how it's suggested that when you first encounter a victim, you ask your questions immediately because that's when they remember things. So they were saying, like, when he first came up and he was functioning but fucked up, they should have been asking questions then. They didn't know. Those people, obviously, his friends didn't know that. But they didn't want to ask this guy. He's like, his face is bashed in. Like, he got brain damage. He don't
Right.
remember nothing. You know what I mean? They should have been asking him, though, like, where's she at? Who'd you see? But they're not thinking none of that. But that's the only time that he ever would have remembered that. After that, he don't even remember that fucking month. Like, they beat his head in with a rock, dude.
He survived.
He survived, yep, with brain damage, though. Like, he's fucked up.
They meant to kill him.
They meant to kill him, yeah. It's crazy, bro. Dude, just work with me. Work with me here, okay? Just work with
I got you.
Use your empathy. Use your empathy right here, right? We're going to use it for evil, right? You're walking on the beach, bro. You're looking around. You see this young couple sleeping there, dude. You grab a big ass rock and you go over top of them and you beat their fucking heads in, dude, with a rock. The middle of the beach at California. This is in California, Los Angeles. Middle of the beach, middle of the night, and rape a woman on the beach and beat their heads in with a rock, bro, and flee the scene. Tell me for the rest of your life you're not thinking you're going to get caught. You're like, someone's going to catch me, bro.
It's going to come back
It's
around.
gonna
It's gonna come back
eventually.
around. Do you ever shake that feeling? I don't think you can.
It's crazy because they had a DNA, and like I said, always they have to wait. Years go by to try and get better. They ended up matching it to two people. Both died before they ever got to him.
You know the causes?
Got away with
They
it.
died?
No.
Like some people might just fucking off themselves, bro. That type of guilt.
Yeah, now that you said that, actually, I think there was one of them that committed suicide.
How do you I feel like you would have to get a warrant and somehow test his bone DNA or some shit just so you can confirm it and just put it out there.
How do you live 20 years knowing you raped a woman, dude?
I have no idea.
No, we're not even talking murder. That's included, but like raped a woman.
I have no idea, bro.
You raped a 14-year-old girl. You want to know a crazy part? I don't know why I know all this, bro. When they were interviewing the guy they thought did it, they thought it was two guys, right? So they're interviewing one of them. And they're talking for hours and hours. And they do that because they want to wear you out mentally.
Right.
They want you to make a mistake.
Some time.
So then they had this on audio. The officer goes, "You didn't know she was 14 years old." And the guy goes, "No, I didn't know she was 14.
Damn.
It's crazy, bro. But his lawyers made the case that, like, oh, he found out in the news. He was saying, like, he didn't know she was 14, you know? It's very funny, bro. It's like...
Say lawyers, man. I want to know the percentage of the criminal defense lawyers that know and, like, kind of continue to,
that'd be so good to know, wouldn't it? You sick bitch.
And I mean, like, for them to also make the arguments in this case, man, for someone like you're getting someone off in the story, it's just so weird.
I feel like there's that little part of you to, like, you want to make a strong case and lose. You know, you want to be like, oh, he did everything he could, but he lost. And then you win and you're like, I don't know if he feels so good. You got a nice check. But you're like, like the Casey Anthony lawyer. Yeah, I mean, he's probably like, I know I get a good argument. I have to do a good argument, but like I thought you guys had enough
like,
to say.
You're a smart person. You get to review the evidence. It's like,
dude, and Casey Anthony did it, bro.
Like,
Like people want to talk O.J. Simpson, they should stop. Casey Anthony 100% fucking did it, bro. I've reviewed the case. Okay.
over and over again.
Over and over again. I've spent nights on the case.
You have the case file on you?
I have the case file literally right there.
Oh, is that you second papers?
Yes. Dude.
Wow.
It's literally all Casey Anthony and Joe Burnett.
Which one are you deeper in?
Casey Anthony. 100%, dude. Casey Anthony does.
Makes you so sure.
Scientific evidence. Scientific fact.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, scientific fact? The scientific facts we were talking about earlier? Is that the one you were fishing for earlier?
You know what they got on her? In her trunk? That decomposing human flesh. That's the one you'll never get past.
Well, they did. But she got it off.
Me. That's why she's guilty.
What?
That's why she's guilty. Because I solved the case, okay? No, I'm just saying, like, that's why everybody thinks she's guilty. Like, yeah, she won the case. I think she won the case on a hang jury, actually. But
yeah, but like you said, like, you know, like the one thing you don't get by is that.
that's the thing. You only got to convince one, though. Think about that. What do you think about that?
What?
If there's 12 juries, how many should you have to convince? Because that's what I'm saying. He only convinced one. I don't know that for sure. I don't know that for sure.
As it stands right now, it has to be unanimous.
No, it doesn't, bro. If
everyone has to agree, they have to deliberate. They have to deliberate.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Okay,
you know?
I twist it. Yeah.
So,
you can't have one person say no, or else it's a hung jury.
Agree.
It's a hung jury.
No, but then they might agree. You know. Yeah, I mean, it just seems wild that like like these average people would just like be hung. You know, hung jury. Like that just seems so crazy. Like they can't agree.
Well, like
would give it. I don't
there's
know.
always that. There's a lot of people in the juries that are like, we think she did it, but I don't think they provided enough evidence. But because it's like, oh, she went 31 days without calling the cops after her kid went missing. You would think guilty, right?
Responsibility.
You're like, hold up. You haven't seen your kid in 31 days and you didn't call the cops.
Imagine you went to jury duty one day. You walk into the Casey Anthony trial.
Dude, I had one like that, bro. And the crazy thing is,
I had a crazy one too.
I had one. I always said, I'm not gonna do jury duty unless it's a big case.
I'll do whatever I can to get out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
And 2 times I got out of it. And then the third time, bro, they picked me to do a murder trial for a guy that killed somebody at a fucking store down on New Orleans Street, bro, at a corner store when he was robbing it. And I thought I always wanted to decide a murder trial because not in an egotistical point, but I thought like I would be a good juror.
Yeah.
I thought like, damn, I would be a good juror. And I'm looking at this man. And I don't even know him. And I don't want to decide his fate without knowing him. I don't want to decide his fate based off of you giving me evidence you think is going to win.
That's your objective.
You're tainted, dude. You're biased. I don't know him. Like, if you told me, you know how, like, I mean, I've watched enough true crime to be like, whatever. But, true crime, they always say you don't know anybody. But, like, if someone came to me and was like, bro, Steven, just got booked on child porn charges, I would be like, no. You know what I mean? I would be like, no. That's not true, bro. There's nothing. You're never going to tell me that's true, bro. You're never. And if it is, I'm committing suicide. It's like that type of thing.
Oh, man. Thanks.
But by the way. You never know someone, bro. And that's the crazy thing is, she ended up saying that her father killed the kid.
That's what she said?
That's what her defense was.
And did they clear the father?
They cleared the father. The father never got charged. Yeah, she said the father let her drown in the pool.
Yeah.
That was another theory. Like, the main theory, the conspiracy of it, is that they were all at the house that day having a cookout, and that the little girl drowned in the pool while they were all there. And basically, that was their cover up, was like, okay, we're not even going to report it. We're going to get rid of the body. And they were all a part of it. That's very scary.
Yeah, I remember I was almost, well, I can't say almost put on this jury, but I went, the first room I got called into, the first courtroom, it was this woman, and we're chilling. I'm just like, all right, let's see what the charges are. And they started reading them off.
Yeah, officer.
It was a double murder case, bro. It's apparently, but so it goes, like she had killed her boyfriend and his little side chick.
So let's decide a couple of things right now.
Had to get out of there.
Let's decide.
Had to get out of there.
I hear you. Same thing, right? Let's decide a couple of things right now. Saying that, number one, should juror be a job? Or do we have it right?
I think it could be good for like law students to participate. I think that's also weird. Let's say you want to be an attorney. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the state hires the jurors. Iffy. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I think
you gotta have the people, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So at that point, once again, I go back to, you have great abilities. I have great abilities. Don't we kind of owe civilization that then?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of do. If I was like, if you were president, you would be like, bro, you would talk to me and you'd be like, bro, I need you to be a juror. If I asked you to, like, you be a good juror. That's kind of the system we had to put in place. Just do it for me once. Like, you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah,
you would say
a long ass time now.
I've never done it.
You've had to go do.
Oh yeah. I went down there.
Yeah.
2 times though. I got selected, and I told them that I'm biased towards the police department.
Yeah, I remember one time, like,
I had to tell it to the judge, bro, and he tried to call me out on my shit. And I'm like, come on, dude. Like, you're gonna really try to, like, what do you want me to backtrack now? Now you want a juror that backtracks?
Yeah.
You know, oh, never mind. I'm not racist.
That's the first one I used. I remember the second time, my mom had just passed away, and I remember I just went there, I was just like, look, my mom passed away. I'm not gonna be here. It's a week-long trial. That's a.
Is that what you went with?
Well, I really couldn't do that.
Okay.
Did have.
That's one way.
Did have a funeral, week-long trial.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was like.
I was just like.
That was a legit way.
I was like, look,
reason, but
I was like, look, man. This is when, like, all this shit was coming out with Baltimore cops, about them, like, playing drugs.
What I said the first time.
I was like, dude, I cannot be deciding things based off of the evidence being provided by Baltimore City right now. It is clearly have been shown to be tainted.
Yep.
I cannot make a decision based off of your evidence.
That's what I said. I think this was like maybe like a year after Ferguson happened. And that's what I said. I was like, well, all this shit going on in the news, just like, and Baltimore City Police Department itself, with the riots just happened. What I just like, I just don't think I think I'm biased, And
what do you think happens if you go up there? You're just like, I do not feel like I owe you this.
You might end up being put in contempt or some shit. This arrest you for like 7 days.
I'll tell you some crazy shit that worked. I'm gonna tell you something crazy one time though, bro. When we went to I want to say it was Cascade down Royal Farms Arena. There was this long ass line out front, bro, of like, dude, probably like 150 people. It was me, Bill, and Pesco. And Pesco literally looked at us and was like, follow me, bro. He went to the front of the line, dude, and hit him with literally the most classic line of all time, where he went to the front guy and he was like, I don't wait in lines. And we went to the front of this cashier, bro, and bought 3 tickets and walked in, dude. I feel like it was the most G shit I might have ever seen in my life. Like, you ever watch the episode of Impractical Jokers where he did something like that?
Yeah.
I don't remember what he said, but he was doing like something. He was like Sal or George or something. It wasn't a punishment. It was a challenge to try and get to the front of the line. And like the one guy, he was just calling people's names. He was like, Sal, but he was cutting people basically. But something about that technique just worked. It's like you just put somebody on the spot, like, oh, bro, I don't wait in lines. And it's like you're kind of stunned, Because
everyone else is waiting in line.
You're like, and next thing you know, we bought the tickets and we're in.
I don't know problems.
It was crazy. Just try it, and then if someone says something, you go to the back. I was already gonna be in the back.
Wind up scrapping.
You just keep going. Can I? I'll tell you some of the worst luck I had one
Wind up
time.
scrapping,
Right?
bro.
We go to Secrets. It's me and Mario, and there's this fucking. You've never seen a line like Secrets, bro. It's the longest line you've ever seen in your life. Like at certain times.
That's OC, right?
Yeah, that's the biggest bar, like the biggest profiting bar on the East Coast, dude. That's what I heard. Like
That's
they make
insane.
insane money, bro.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because you gotta think about all the shit they do down at
It's a
OC,
fine
bro.
little spot, man.
Bro, people come from Virginia, Delaware, everywhere to OC or for like bike week, car week, all that
It's a
shit,
fire
bro.
spot,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, sure.
I already forget who we're talking about.
Cascade, line, G shit.
No, Secrets. So we're
Secrets, there you
at
go.
Secrets. It's a long ass line, and
Let's try back to
so we start at the front. And we're like, holy fuck! So we keep thinking it's gonna end, but always another turn. So we're walking, and we're like, bro, we're literally going like so far back, like yo, over 200 people are in this line. And as we're walking to like the middle of the line, we see fucking Mike Martin and Tyler Hutchison. And we're like, what? They let us cut in line, bro. So we're like in middle line. We're like, fuck yeah, we're getting in, dog. Yeah, I lied to you not, bro. We waited in line for like 50 minutes. We were literally the next, bro. Guy comes over. We're not allowing any more people in. Well, I tell you, this is one of the sickest moments. Bro, we had just drove from Baltimore. This is like the first thing we did. We waited in line for 50 minutes, bro. We didn't eat enough, no shit. You know what I mean? Then we get denied. We're just like, I will bomb this place, bro. Dude, I would tell you.
said to the bouncer, I'll
Bro.
blow this bitch up.
I'm gonna tell you a real true ass story though that is absolutely wild, bro. Mario, my favorite drunk. This is the second time we came to the Secrets. That line shit happened. The first time we went to Secrets, right? We didn't know nothing about it.
Right.
We were
You just showed up. You just showed up there.
we were. I made some Molly Monster. It was actually not Molly Monster. It was Molly in a brisk 7-Eleven tea when they were $1. And Mario didn't know, bro, but I had Ciroc in it and I had Molly in it, and he's drinking it the whole way. So we're fucked up when we get there, bro. We show up at Secrets and we get in. And like, dude, if you've never been, right?
No.
When you get in there, there's like signs and shit, like street signs, like you're at intersections and you gotta like go which way you want to go. And we're just so fucked up, bro, that we're like lost over and over and over and over to finally we find the club part and we're like, yes. So we go in there and around the bar, bro, there's so many people. Like I said, yo, I really think this is true about the bar because you've never seen nothing packed like this. There's 100 people around these little ass bars. They're like this big. And we're like, bro, we're never going to get a drink. This motherfucker Mario, bro, goes up, takes a cup, and goes around and pours a fucking drink on the beer thing, yo, and drinks a beer. And we're like, we can't do that all night.
Yeah, you can't do
So,
that. No,
bro,
you can't.
we're walking, and as we're walking, yo, like, he looks over, and there's this handle for this big metal door. And he opens it up. And, like, just him opening it up, I didn't even think twice. I just walked in. Like, I don't even know where I'm going, so I thought he seen something. And he walks in behind me, dude, and we're in their fucking cooler, bro. We're in Secrets cooler, dude. There is so much fucking alcohol, dude. Like, picture like an 18-wheeler cargo thing full of alcohol.
Yeah, it's a close.
Every
The
type
storage,
of,
yeah.
dude, every type of alcohol you can imagine. So we're like, what the fuck? We're geeking. So we're like, well, fuck them. They got so much shit going on. They really don't even know what's going on. Obviously, we're in their freezer. So we grab 2 bottles of Ciroc, 2 big ass half gallons, and we go to walk out, bro. And there's no inside handle, dude. We're stuck in this freezer, bro. So like 10 minutes go by, and we're like, what the fuck are we gonna do? Like, we're getting cold as shit, dude. I think we're gonna die in here. And next thing you know, we're like, well, we're in here, so let's start getting drunk. So we start fucking drinking all types of beers, bro. We're begging beers like Stone Cold and shit. We're pouring down Captain, yo, shooting Captain in each other's faces and shit, like going wild. With
What
like,
the fuck?
bro, we probably opened like 20 bottles, like 15 beers, yo. We're going wild. Then we're like, oh shit, yo, we got to get out of here, right? We forgot. So when we go over to the door, we still can't get out. So I take this fucking fifth of Ciroc, dude, and I bang this bitch and break it in half. And like, it's got like an edge on it. And like, we stick this edge in the door. And Mario's just kicking it while I hold it. I should have cut my hand. I should have cut my hand so bad.
It's so fucked
I'm
up.
holding a broken fifth bottle, in the edge of a door while Mario kicks the top of it full power, bro. And this Ciroc bottle, wow, that shit. It gets us like a little bit of a wedge, bro. We get our hands inside of there and open it up, take a couple of these Ciroc bottles, and go out and enjoy secrets for the rest of the night, bro. Getting fucked up. Yeah, we're pouring everybody. We were the man, bro. We're trying to get rid of these bottles because we're like, bro, eventually they'll probably figure out.
Yeah, exactly.
So we just poured everybody shots. We went over to the bar and just lined up shots for people, bro. Like everybody was loving us, At Secret, you don't know, but like at Secrets, when you're in a club area, bro, they constantly drop shit down. So we're gone, bro. I'm on E. I'm drunk. You know what I mean? I'm fucked up. They drop like confetti. Then they drop balloons. Then they drop like sunflowers. They drop different shit. And the bottom of the floor moves up and down, bro.
Oh, yeah. God, what the fuck?
The dance floor jumps. So like everybody jumps, bro. And you go like in like a trampoline. Not that high. You get what I'm saying? But like.
Still, you're all fucked up.
Yeah, and there's a live band, and we got these bottles, and it was just like one of the best nights of my life, bro. Like
that's fucking awesome.
It was crazy, and we never got caught. Nothing never happened. So fuck secrets because we did burn them bad.
I still think it's hilarious, man. Someone's just gonna walk in there and just be like,
"Oh my dude, we were in there for probably 35, 40 minutes, dude. We got so lucky.
How much beers do you think you took?
We didn't take no beer out of there. We
just drank beers. Crashed you know how much?
Like I said, like probably like 15 of them, but we didn't drink 15. We were like banging them like that. Like I said, we're like stone cold in them, bro. Yeah. So we probably drank like 3 apiece or something like that, and then like stone cold like 10 of them. But the bottles we each took a fucking half gallon of Ciroc, bro. So it was just an awesome night, dude. It was just one of the best nights of my life. And going to OC next weekend, bro. Gonna be there.
There you go.
If you want to come, bro, I'll be there. You could go to Secrets.
Weekend. I'm not sure. I don't think I can do next weekend.
Come out there. We got a place, man. You can stay there.
I might be at my boss's crib. I don't know.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Definitely, man. So I'd like to go out. I'd like to see this place out.
Yeah, we're going up there for a suicide walk, bro.
Maybe just lead me to that one room again. And we can just do it all over again.
Okay, relive it.
Yeah, exactly. Just do it all over again.
I just want to take more people to that dance floor, bro, so people can feel it.
I like to talk about more people to that liquor cabinet.
I mean, that's always risky.
The cooler room. Yeah.
I imagine it's not as busy as it was that day. Like, that was 4th of July weekend.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah, virus and everything. It's probably a little better, hopefully.
Especially it's coming into off season.
You always got to hit Secrets and Guido's Burritos.
Guido's Burritos, man.
Guido's Burritos, you get the big, it's called a hubcap. And you get this fucking, like, big-ass margarita, like this big. And it's like for like 4 people, you just chuck that bitch down, hit the
yourself.
Yeah. The other day, bro. The other day, Kay's like, "You want to get a drink?" I'm like, "Well, if we're gonna drink, let's get like a pitcher or something." We get this fucking frozen margarita from Salto's, bro. Watermelon smacked, bro. This bitch came out so big. This thing was like this big, and I'm like,
"You're fucked up."
I'm like, "You're not gonna waste this thing, right?" So we did like 5 margaritas, bro. Like fucked up.
It was
I look at the check, I'm like, "How?" I go looking down, and that was like $35, yo. I'm like, "No, oh man, I bought it today's special."
$35?
It's like $35, but like, it was definitely worth. If you think about like a margarita is like $12, we got like 5 to 7 a piece.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, filling our cups up, bro. Frozen.
So you spent a check. Y'all were fucked up.
We spent the check when we were
fire. Get off that bitch.
Yeah, I just love that. I love a group drink. For something about that, I always liked. Where it's just like, oh, we all watch it go down. We're all getting fucked. Like, it makes you want to drink.
Yeah, those slushy things you made when we were at Deep Creek were pretty good, bro.
Oh, yeah. That was getting people fucked up. It tastes good for everything that was in it.
I just don't like drinking, man.
Yeah.
I really don't, man. Like maybe I might drink like 3 beers, but I don't like getting fucked up. I don't like getting that far.
I think for you, it's all about, right night.
I always go too far, bro.
Right night. We take you out the Secrets, you take some shots, right?
I thought I was doing good at Stevie Aoki. Then, like at the end of the night, I was just like, I'm not feeling good. Like,
bro, I had you drinking at Stevie Aoki now.
I'm saying, but like all night I was good, but at the end of the night, I'm just like,
yeah, but we drank.
I'm like starting to turn down a little bit. I'm just like,
but we came in there drinking Ciroc. Then we get in there and I got you like 5 Jack and Cokes. Like, but I was sick that night.
That's what I'm saying. I was good all night.
No, bro.
We were started leaving, bro.
We were sick.
So we started leaving, bro.
We mixed. I know that night. Like we drank beer, dark, light. Like that was horrible. We should not.
Or get our hands on,
We had fun.
But definitely
fun night.
Bro, I want some Molly, bro. I want some Molly, bro. Let's get some, Just go wild at a concert, man.
I just got good news.
Oh.
I've got some good news, bro. We might better work on. We better work on something, dude. But 2021 raves are gonna be lit. That's all I know. Big Dub was editing this stuff. I'm like, how are you doing, Big Dub?
I'm doing the camping shit. I'm ready to go.
We gotta hit like 4 raves next year.
I'm ready to go.
It's gonna be lit.
And I'm like,
lit.
And then like I said, like I'm just imagining the first one back. I'm just gonna go stupid, bro.
You gonna go wild, bro? I'm gonna challenge you to that.
I'm gonna stupid, bro.
I'm gonna keep saying. You said you go stupid.
I mean, like, I don't want to drink. I just want to go. Like, have so much Molly.
Just
like,
dance.
Just like so much Molly. It's
so
much
coke. I'm doing a bump.
Someone's getting cracked. Okay?
Who's doing a bump for? Who's hitting my bump for a
bump?
Someone's
getting cracked.
Who's hitting my bump for a bump? Someone get the biggest line ever. I'm probably turning about 10 of those.
I'm from Baltimore. It's some crazy shit, bro. That's why I have fun, man. Live it up.
I see a shirt the other day that said "Worse than the Wire." That was very hard.
Yeah,
think about that. Let it go to sleep on that. I love beating people at night on the game and then saying, "Go to sleep on that L." On a work day,
yeah, bro.
Crying up the last game of Madden and just go sleep on that L, dog.
Yeah, I wish I liked
go upstairs to your bed.
I wish I liked Madden so I could play with y'all, but I don't like Madden.
You probably like the yard mode. It's like an arcadey.
I might. Kind
of like street mode.
Yeah, I don't even want to buy the game, bro.
Nah,
I'm not buying FIFA, man. As I'm saying, with these new consoles coming out, I'm not buying them, bro. I'm chilling out.
I want story modes, bro. Yeah. I want more story modes. Like I miss playing like one-player story mode.
I might actually get PS5 though. I don't know yet, man. Just because for that very reason,
Dude, I'm not buying Xbox One right now.
Like Game Pass is cool, but
Xbox.
Like when I do it eventually, I probably might just do the PS5.
Yeah,
change it up a little bit,
It depends for me in a PlayStation. Like if they say PlayStation 5 can play them PS4 games, I'm buying a PS5.
Yeah.
But if they say that it's not going to allow PS4 games, then I'll probably buy PS4, bro, and just wait it out till it gets real cheap.
Re-releases on new generation, like Ghost will release on PS5.
Dude, think about the games just off the top of your head that you missed out on, bro. I mean, I can name 5, dude. I can name Ghost of Tsushima is number 1, dude.
Yeah.
Like I want to play that game so bad, bro.
Number 2 for me is God of War.
You know what hurt me, bro, is when they first released the images of that, they showed it on both consoles. And then they sold their soul.
I remember that, yeah.
That's what really bothered me, because I actually thought we was getting it. God of War, 100%. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Okay, yeah. I'm royally pissed. Number 3, I guess it ain't gotta be in chronological order, but that Detroit Human. Like I wanted to play that, bro.
And The Last of Us.
Last of Us is another one. I wanted to play that, bro. And then for me, another big one is MLB The Show.
Yeah,
I wanted to play that, bro.
I always love those baseball games.
I love them, dude. I love them. They're fun. That we always say that, like, out of all the sport games, like the show, out of every sport game ever created, the show is the best mechanical game ever.
And also Spider-Man. Like, I did want to play Spider-Man when that came out.
I wanted to play it, but I would never pay $60 for that.
Oh well, I love those games are cool, man. Especially it looked really good.
I've just never purchased one. I guess I never thought that maybe they did online mode
too, bro. Those games were fun, man. They were fun.
I played like one of them
and shit.
But to me, it was just real basic after a while. Yeah. Like you would do the same thing.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Bang, bang, bang. Maybe they really allowed.
I enjoy games.
Give me GTA style Spider-Man. Like
I'm saying, like the big one for me is like I haven't been playing World of Warcraft lately, but they have a new expansion coming out. I've already paid for it, and I bought it last year.
You bought it?
I bought it last year, bro.
Because I was playing expansion.
I was playing heavy.
See you later, Steve.
I was playing heavy, bro.
See you on the other side, brother. Let me know when you come out.
Last winter, I was playing heavy, and it's come up in October. I'll probably play a little bit. I probably could go crazy, bro. I never do go too crazy, but it's fun, bro.
You was falling back into it a little while back.
Oh, it's fun, man. I really do.
You're definitely putting some hours in.
Definitely enjoy it, bro. It's a fun game.
Before you knew that Microsoft showed it on Xbox.
Showed it on Xbox?
Yeah.
Well,
remember when I was telling you, I was like, bro, I can see you're playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's yours on there?
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, bro, I've been seeing you on World of Warcraft a lot.
I'm going to take that off,
Does it not I may not show you when I send you a party invite when you're on PC, but I send you a party invite.
Because on Microsoft, like, it has the
it's
Xbox.
Friday, dog.
Yeah, right.
It's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. Yeah.
But for real, it's like I remember when I found out about that because I was putting time. I was just like, I gotta switch it off because they have that game app on there, bro. Because it's Microsoft, the Windows, so they have the Xbox game app on there and the Game Pass too.
Right.
So it has
it.
my gamer tag on
I
there.
get it.
And I didn't know it showed what I was doing on my computer. I was just like, bro, that's weird. Like,
no, bro. I realized I was
on YouTube.
Remember I was talking to you before where I was like, I agreed that the Civ on the
just said Pornhub. X videos.
It used to do that, bro.
Did it?
Yeah, bro.
You saw me?
Yo, no. I never caught. Like literally,
kidding,
like one time. I think maybe like Reek one time, but like
I did it on my phone.
on like Xbox 360, it would tell you exactly what people were on.
That's weird. Oh, thank you.
Now I forgot what I was about to tell you.
It was about something about porn. No.
You son of a bitch.
What's about playing online with the
Had
World of
to be.
Warcraft?
It
Is it ticking for you?
It had to be.
You know? The World of Warcraft putting hours in games. Nothing is ticking in for you anymore.
I'm just thinking about sending invites.
Yeah. But the next time you're over my house, I gotta show you the game because I never really showed you the game though. You know what I'm saying? Because like I think once I showed you the game and how vast the world is in there.
There you go. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
That's not always right. I just let you talk and then it reminded me.
It's so huge, bro.
And that's exactly why I was telling you on Civ. We both agreed that the last Civ was better. Like it's not better, but
I said the more realistic look of it.
Right, but it's also the fact that we were playing it on the computer, dude. Like I was telling you, I was like, I like that Civ and I want to play it again, but like I don't want to come back down here, dude, because it was to the point where like you would leave, bro. I'd go upstairs, grab a bite to eat, come back down, roll up, and I'd put that on. Bro, I'd be on there for like 3-4 hours, bro. Because I like to move fast, and the computer allows me to move really fast. So I play more.
Yep.
It's faster, but I play more. I literally would go through like 300 turn games in like 3 hours, bro.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And because it's like
that's the thing,
you can do the next thing before the one thing's done.
Especially that type of game, man. Like that's what I love, though, man. Because I mean, like. It's just so enjoyable, I mean, like in that game and in World of Warcraft alone, like you do things to get good, to get your better gear, and you fight people, bro. Like I fight people. You fight other players who are controlling these avatars with powers.
It's awesome.
And
it sounds awesome.
Them and just like I have a sword, he has fucking magic, and we're just fucking going at it. It's like it's just cool. It's fun, man.
It's just that's how I feel like you're a gamer, because you love that. Like
yeah.
Like for me, like I feel like I know I'm a gamer because like that game Ancestors. Like, I still look that game up on YouTube every once in a while just to see if someone will recommend it being good now. Because we were both hyped for that game, and then it was like everybody just bashed it and like said it was the same shit over and over. And it's like, I never bought it, and I still go to it every once in a while to see, like, is it $10? You know what I mean? Because I still, because I love those type of games. I wanted to be a fucking primate, dude, and become human. That sounded so cool, dude.
Thank you, please.
And it like
evolve.
How they said in the game, the game don't tell you nothing.
Yeah.
Like from the beginning, you got to figure everything out, bro. That's my kind of game.
And you go and evolve and shit,
bro.
Game. You pick your
DNA
shit. Exactly. You pick your DNA and shit, bro. Yes.
I might still buy it, dude. I'm just the fact I'm still talking about it.
We're going to enter a different level of like entertainment. And that's why I like
VR Ancestor.
I've been really enjoying these like they're like indie board game style games. Like I said, the one Imposter, where you're like. And there's two trader games, and you're like,
I just worry about like if VR Warcraft, you might never come back, dude.
Bro, that'd be insane, man.
You might never come back.
That'd be insane, bro.
You might never come back.
But imagine this game. Look, you go in, you
just have a feeding tube and a piss bucket.
Virtual reality world.
I can't.
Now think about your fantasy character.
Where magic is available.
What fantasy character do you pick? In that type of like medieval setting.
I mean, I don't know the options.
But what do you go for? Like, give me something. I'll sign you something. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a team player, so I always go, what do you guys need first? It's my style. But I guess if it was up to me, anything that would relate with arrows. Always been a fan of arrow fighting.
So you'd be like a hunter.
And if I couldn't do like arrow fighting with maybe like a backup like shield and sword style, I guess I would go, I want to be like full blown magician. I want to be able to just like do anything spell related or something.
Yeah. So like. Imagine you're in this game, and like I'll show you some abilities after we get off here, like so as you can see what we're working with. So let's say you're in this game. All right.
You trying to get me hooked on this?
No.
You want me to get hooked on this?
Show you because like
I know that I will love it. Like I know that I will like it.
But like virtual reality Warcraft. So like you're sitting there, and it's like, all right, you're mage, all right. What do we kind of imagining your mage ability to be? Like what do you think you're gonna be shooting at your hands or something? Like what do you think you're gonna be casting?
I always like the idea of freezing people's legs. But I also like like dropping the floor out on them. You ever seen that? Like, there's like a certain games I've played where like you can kind of make the ground evaporate. Mortal Kombat, like you would make the ground.
Exactly.
They fall through and show up right here. You know.
So in there, like one of the things you can be is like a frost mage. So like you go in there, you can cast as like explosives, you freeze people in place, and shit like that. And you cast like these icicle things where you just shoot at them. And imagine that in VR.
Right, and you would do so much in VR too. You do more.
And this guy's coming at you with a sword. You're just like
I make an ice fucking sled or something. You know what I mean? Ice wall for us.
As I'm saying, that's whole thing. Like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like
I don't even know how. How would anything run that though? Like that's just so immense.
Oh, definitely, bro.
To be able to have like all of those options at once.
We're getting there. We're getting there, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like I said, I told you just
I'm starting to get that evil word coming up there, Steve.
No.
I'm starting to get that evil, bro. I'm worried. Like I liked it when we were talking about like a med school student working on a surgery in VR. Like I don't know if I want my 10-year-olds making life and death decisions in VR.
And this is the thing. This is where we're at. You have consoles now. I can play 4K. Some can. I believe they can even play 8K, whatever that means.
Yeah.
And PS4, the PlayStation, they've talked about. They're saying that they're going in with like the virtual reality, capability, and Xbox said they aren't. You also have that coupled with, like the new release of graphics card that just came out. It's the 3000 series by NVIDIA. It's a huge, like I said, it's like a 40% performance jump in the generation, like in the technology.
Wow.
Of what you're able to do. And it's also 50% the cost. So it's a very crazy
That's
thing
insane.
To think about.
That's an insane
40% for also with the cost lowering, bro.
Dude,
so this is a graphics card that came out 2-3 years ago. So we're making these leaps. And virtual reality games with the physics are getting better and better because central processing units are able to calculate faster than before.
What do you think about that dumbass shit I said about gaming on a quantum computer? Quantum.
So that's the thing. They can't do that, I don't think they have any visual interface. Like they feed.
So say we did add that though. Like, could it process it faster? Like,
it would lead to faster processors. Yes. So it would be. Yeah, I guess once we saw that problem,
don't it kind of seem like if you wanted to be a VR World of Warcraft open free world GTA style, you would need like a quantum computer, bro?
Or I think you would need something where
it's so crazy, dude.
You would just use something like multiple CPUs,
Bro, lag might give you PTSD. Imagine lag where like half your body's over here and half your body's over here. It's like Maybe they should make it to where you can never scan yourself.
We're gonna be
make
doing
it to
some
where you
crazy
can never.
Shit.
They should make it to where you can never be yourself. I always
think about. There's this one little meme GIF or meme video, and it's this woman it's recording TikTok of her husband. He's like, I think I married a psychopath. And he's in this VR game, and he just has this guy's head, and he's just bashing against a wall like this repeatedly. I think I married a fucking psychopath. It's like, bro, we're doing some weird shit. Imagine you could do the shit in GTA you can do in fucking virtual reality. But with crazier graphics, bro. Like you're sitting here just like,
dude, you know what
grab someone's head, boom. You're just like, oh shit.
When you said that though, what I worried about? Porn.
Yeah, virtual reality.
What are we gonna allow people to do? We're gonna allow people to reenact rape scenes, dude.
I don't know, man.
Because there's porns that are borderline rape scene.
Bro, I went down a an X videos rabbit hole the other day.
Tell me more.
And I entered this weird area with extremely young ties. I'm just like, this is weird. This is weird, bro.
Dude, I was talking to you about it before. Look at the comments. People will say that, dude. People will say, I know it sounds weird, but people will say that on there and they'll be like, this lady looks too young. Like, people will legit say that. Not everyone on there is a pervert and does not want to see that.
Mm-hmm. I literally see this shit. I'm just like, what the fuck, bro?
Dude, is an 18-year-old not hot enough? Like, they said you could fuck 18-year-olds. Okay? They said, I know it's for, not good, but, they said you could fuck 18-year-olds. Is that not good enough, dude? An 18-year-old?
I have no idea
it's a child!
I have no idea what's going on here on Pornhub and X videos with that shit, bro. It's like, you get, it'll be same thing in, I'll go on this whole Spanish ones, you know what I'm saying? It's just
it's YouTube
you get
style.
The similar style.
It's YouTube style, bro, where I can upload it. You have to then flag it. You have to then catch it.
Yeah.
I can upload any video. You don't review it during the upload process.
Exactly, man. It's super sketchy, man. It's 100% just
I want to ask you that. when you download something online, like when I download a game online, right? And
Okay.
then I play that game, am I streaming that game?
No, because
I
I mean,
downloaded
you
it.
downloaded it, I guess, through like a streaming kind of like
I
way
streamed the download,
where like because like
but
just
I
like
download it's in my game now.
just like with like exactly, because you downloaded it from a server that was storing it, and then now
Right,
you have a
that's what I
copy
thought.
of it. So once you have that copy of it, you're no longer streaming it.
Because like disc list, like you're not gonna have to stream all them games. They're gonna be in your console, and you're just gonna stream the online platform of it.
Well, that's the thing. You have to download those games,
Right.
You know, but I mean that's what I might do, bro.
What about when it's on a cloud service?
What do you mean?
Like when it's on a cloud service, like when they're trying to do the Xbox Cloud and shit, like Microsoft Cloud, would you just always stream? Even though you own the collection of games, you're still streaming it because you don't technically never get the download link. Like you never technically download a game, right?
That's
on
the thing.
Microsoft
Like
Cloud.
that's the thing. Once you like you can store like I guess like save data in the cloud, but you can't store and access these games like that. The games have to be downloaded to the console onto the hard drive.
Even on Microsoft Cloud, the thing they're trying to create, it's not called cloud, is it? What's it called?
What
You know
do
what I'm talking about? The thing they did the big showing for, like Microsoft's trying to create this thing where like it's a big gaming cloud that like anyone can game on.
So I mean, it might be something similar to like what Stadia was doing, I guess. Where like, but I mean,
Is that what it is?
I'm really not even sure what it is. Though,
It's
you know
like
what
a
I'm saying?
online. It's like basically all games online. It would be like open gaming, is from what I understand of it.
Yeah, not sure. Yeah, no idea.
But Microsoft was apparently supposed to release that with the Xbox 5, but it was super hard. Like what they're trying to do is super hard, apparently. But basically, there would be no more downloads. There would be no more disc. Everything's on this one cloud base. You buy Xbox, you're on this one cloud base. You get access to these games.
Yeah, I have no idea, man. No idea what that is. I'll have to look it up and see.
I think that's what you said.
Cloud.
No, it's the S word.
That's what
You
server.
just called it something.
Server.
Yeah, you called it something. Stavia?
Stadia.
Stadia.
Like Google
I
Stadia.
think that's what it is.
Yeah. Which I don't even
Cloud-based gaming.
understand what it is.
Cloud-based gaming.
Yeah, which I don't even understand.
Right.
Not sure what it is. I don't know
It's a
nothing
cloud
about
because
it,
it's floating.
so
That's the only thing I'm
no
thinking.
idea.
Here's my contacts closed.
It's in the cloud. Well, I mean, that's like we're gonna be moving at like a really weird, like. I mean, like I just started like the NSA podcast, not the NSA one, the one with Snowden.
Uh-huh.
I just started listening to the most recent one. Shit, like like
Yeah, but listen to
what
it.
the I mean, like what he I mean, like the first thing he opened up with talking about was like where they're tracking like what you're looking at and how long you're looking at it for, and
and I told you the one thing where he opens up where he's like, if you don't think that someone's in your country from another country as a spy, you're wrong.
yeah,
Every country has spies in America.
get you going, bro. Get you sweating
Yeah,
a little
bro.
bit.
It's like, how do I know you're not a spy?
It's only Nebby, he said Nebby told you, so Nebby said something about it, What did he tell you again?
He told me that you were basically like working for NSA. That's basically what he said. He said that you lied about going to school for electrician.
But
and you
really,
actually
it
went to school
away.
for counterintelligence. And all of your house is wired with cameras. And he actually had you had mine in Jeff's house wired with cameras. That was when I knew like Nebby was gone.
Oh, man.
That's how I was like, bro.
Imagine that turned out to be real.
Now I'm so twisted right now because I'm like, is he throwing me off?
Well, imagine,
Is this it? I'm like, is he actually a spy?
Imagine that was for real, though.
But a spy would say that.
I'm just saying, imagine if that was real.
But a spy would try and throw me off how you are right now.
I get you.
You're doing everything a spy
I get
would.
what you get from, okay? Training. But for real, imagine if that was real, though. Imagine you found out that something like that was real.
But dude, you got to go deeper. You got to think of what if everything I'm saying is a spy for you. You know what I mean?
You're spying.
What if everything I just said? You're not even thinking right now that I could be a spy. You were just thinking about all the ways that I was trying to find out how you were a spy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That just threw you off my trail. I'm actually a spy.
Who'd you be a spy for? I don't
Russia.
understand.
I'm Russian, dude. You don't even know. I was born in Baltimore and I
Tough.
sound like this, and I've been sending back info ever since. You wouldn't know.
Oh, tough.
What are you trying to say?
Tough to see. When no one's
German?
ever came to me and said, "Hey, Mike's a spy,"
You would flip out right now if I spoke German, though.
Yeah, probably. Yes. If I said some fucking Korean,
Like,
if I said some
yeah, I
Korean
say
shit,
it.
yeah. I always think about this like a fucking gun gets pulled out and you just shoot someone real quick like that goes down right now. We're just like let's pull a fucking gun out and just like
We're both poor guys.
Yeah, we're just like
we're both poor guys at times. It's like, don't do this, Steve. I say it in German now.
Putin's dog.
I say it in German and you say it in Korean. I'm just like
Putin's dog. And we shoot each other at the same time.
Say I love the Kim Jong bitch.
What
happened to Kim Jong dying? Is he dead? Remember they said he was real sick, and then he never said nothing.
Apparently he was fine, but I mean, who knows, bro? What they're saying?
You don't know nothing?
No.
No insider info.
I mean, like it'd be weird if like he died and his sister went into power. Wouldn't that be odd? Like
I seen something that was so funny the other day. That would be odd, but I seen something funny the other day where it was like this guy shared something political. And then he said, fuck politics. And the guy was like, you can't share shit like this and say, fuck politics, bro. And like, that's not, you can't do that. And like, he shared something today, and I was sitting there and I was thinking, like, it says at the bottom, this is for you, Clayton. At the bottom of what you share, it tells you Russian-backed agency. It's what it says, brother. It says Russian-backed. Name one other page on Facebook you got that's any other country backed. You got Japanese backed? You got Iran backed? Are you that guy? Are you an economic connoisseur? You know what I mean? Of arts? No. You got this one that we said interfere already. And now you're sharing more from that agency.
I believe they just had I think it was AJ Plus. Are you aware of them?
No.
So I mean, AJ Plus, they're an organization. They commentate. They typically lean to the left, and they produce news and media, for American citizens. But they're Qatari backed. They're backed. They're the same company that is Al Jazeera, which is no longer allowed to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, and they're
Al
still
Jazeera
operating.
is no longer allowed to be here.
Yeah,
when did that happen?
Oh, a while ago, from understand.
It's funny because I don't remember seeing that.
Or they were excluded in some, way, shape, or form, from something. Let me be clear on that real quick.
It's kind of weird how Aleppo just kind of fell off the scene, didn't it?
Yeah, right. Like what's going on over there? No one's talking about it anymore.
Are they still bombing shoulders? What can you do? Mercenary style? Go over there with a gun, start knocking fools.
So yeah, on January 4, 2016, Al Jazeera Media Network announced that it would shut down all Al Jazeera America's paid TV and online operations on 2016, while citing plummeting oil prices and the highly competitive nature of the American media market. So they weren't banned, but they did shut down apparently.
Well, America's not going to say that about a Qatari-backed news station. They love Qatari, bro.
Oh. Well, I mean, they're government funded,
They love Qatari now.
Just like they have like Russia Today, that's another state-run news organization by Russia.
That's what. See, but the thing is, if I went to that guy who shared that Russian page and I said, "Bro, do you know that Russia's news is ran by its government?" He wouldn't know that. Yeah, it's just ignorant sometimes, and it's okay because I'm ignorant too. I'm ignorant on things. I do ignorant things all the time.
Yeah.
It's just one thing that I've learned that you haven't learned yet. You'll learn it, hopefully. If you want to learn it, you'll learn it. You'll learn that it's all just Russia on that news station. So every time you share it, you're just sharing their thoughts.
I'm just done. I don't want to participate in it anymore. Like just like you say, like it's all just dividing everyone, bro.
Fuck that shit.
Fighting everyone, bro.
Fuck
you know
that
what I'm
shit.
saying? Like
fuck that shit.
I'm trying to be friends with people. I'm trying to, if you enjoy, living life, we'll have a good time,
Dude, like I said, man, I was telling you about it a couple weeks back. I met the hardest Trump supporters I've ever seen. Like literally their house is covered in Trump shit. Bro, I swear to you guys, they were the nicest people ever, bro. They're just ignorant. They're not bad people. They're just ignorant. They don't know. That's all it is. They don't know. They don't have nobody telling them this shit,
Yeah, I mean,
they don't have nobody opening up their mind, bro. It's just the same people telling them the same thing.
That's the thing. Like, I know how much I hate participating in these types of debates and, talking about it and how draining it can be, when you try to change someone's mind or, debate, facts or whatever.
It's horrible, bro.
when there's so many other things we could be doing. With our
And there's a
time.
part of me now that feels bad. Like I used to argue it, till it was in the ground, bro.
Yeah.
And now it's like I feel bad trying to change your opinion, bro. It's like, did you say that murder's okay? Did you say that rape's okay? No, then you know what, bro? Whatever makes you happy. I was thinking about that earlier with that guy I told you about, that rich kid.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? There's a part of me also that wants to go up to him and go, does that person you are make you happy? Okay. That you could be that person in the world if that's who makes you happy, but I doubt that's who makes you happy. You know what I mean? But if that is what makes you happy, you could be a dickhead. You can be a spoiled bitch. You can. That's what, and they're going to be in the world, right? They're going to be in the world. If that's who you want to be, as long as you're happy. Don't be depressed, spoiled bitch. Don't be a depressed homeless man. You can be whatever you want to be. Be happy. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. we love you. Another great Friday cast. Couple Coronas in us, get us talking. We get everywhere.
Polish these bad boys off real quick.
Hey, everybody, appreciate you. I love you, brother.
Love you too, man.
Thank you, everybody.
Y'all have a good night. Like, share, subscribe. We appreciate it.
Another thank you. Thank you, everybody.